Hello everyone, my name is Katariya Gansham and my today's presentation topic is exploring the intersection of digital humanities and English studies. This is my introduction. Table of content in this presentation. I will discuss introduction of the digital humanities in English studies, way of looking at it, digital humanity in practice, and conclusion. Introduction. Digital humanity is a leading edge of applying computer-based technology to the field of humanities. Initially, it was called as humanities computing, but now it is called officially digital humanities, and uh, it is in process and practice around 40 years or so now. It originally focused on developing digital tools and the creation of archives and databases for texts, artworks, and other materials. The key to understand the digital humanity is to reject the idea that digital technology is invading the academic. Computer networks, particularly the internet, have also enabled digital files to be used from almost anywhere on the globe. This access to information has led a tremendous effect on the ability to undertake research in the art and humanities. Digital humanity in English studies. Here, the Matthew Kishenbaum have given 6 reasons for digital humanities to be used in Department of English or English Studies. Those 6 reasons are: first is that after numeric input, text is very much can be manipulated into the data type of the computers. Second is the long association between computers and composition, as from the earlier use of computer, the writing and text was also applied from the computers. Third is the intense conversation around editorial theory and methods, and the means to implement electronic archives and edition. The fourth reason is to modest but much prompted Bell Electric's project around hypertext and other form of electronic literature. So it is also enabling to create hypertext textual literature and electronic literature. Fifth reason is that English departments are very open for this kind of studies or cultural studies, where they are accepting such a practice into their curriculum. And final is that the simultaneous explosion of interest in e-reading and e-book devices. As the time is progressing, people are moving from the physical copy of literary works to e-copy or audiobooks and other things. Now, a way of looking at it. So in here, the Martin Paul EU, in his introduction of his book, the digital humanities and literary studies, he's saying, I quote: sapping all of the conventional funding of the traditional humanities pursuits, the so-called digital humanities, or DH, to those in the know, brings a grim entrepreneurialism and technocratic mindset to English history, classics, archaeology, and any other disciplinary space on which it can lay its hand. So it seems that he have this view of that he is not very accepting this idea of digital humanities in favor of traditional humanities. So here it a little bit seems disagreeable here, as I will discuss in further in this presentation, that how the digital humanities is used in uh, uh, English teaching and literature. Here the Martin Paul Eve says that similarly charged with perverting the humanities foundation of critical thinking, replacing them with a techno solutionist mindset. The digital humanities are growing and thriving beneath our noses, and many seem not even to have noticed the danger. So he is here interpreting the digital humanities as a danger for the traditional humanities and its view. And also in his book, and later in the introduction, he is saying that as my provocation in this book, I instead argue that digital methods can bring us closer to literary text, to give us a new viewport through which to observe their narrative. So he is also aggressive for this, but he is also not denying the fact that it is making people closer to the literary text, as the digitalization of literature. Uh, so practice of uh, digital humanity in practice. So here is the example I have choose this webinar page of this MKBU site, or in our departments some seminars and work that reflects this digital humanity practice. We create through our coursework the digital portfolio. Also, we go through the blended learning teaching aptitude. Also, we have this session of presentation. Two presentation session has already passed, and this is our third presentation is going on. And we also go through some of workshop or seminars throughout academic years for teaching and learning the digital skill and use of digital tools. It is very much in practice here. And also, if we see in a broader sense, then some other works are also in practice that are making very easy the literary criticism, and with the help of digital humanities. Here is this project, Click Dickens project. So in this project, there is a large corpus of this work of Dickens and other children literature and other authors' work, and it is giving this practice of using certain if we want to learn from here the thematic representation or some study, then we can quickly go through this, and we can connect the dots through this large corpus of information. Also, the Google Books is also giving this ngram viewer to search for some phrases and works in literary works that here it is saying that 500 billion words and 5.2 million books are published between 1500 and 2008. So it has this large number of data, so we can easily go through this and create we also can apply in the our research and our work. So then there are some other archive project also, like National Digital Library of India, or the old days of here is Rossetti Archive, and some other are Victorian Web or Wayback Machine or Internet Archive. Now for the conclusion, the digital humanities is in practice for more than 30 or 40 years, but yet we have little much information about it, or we are not very conscious about it. So many of us might not think of it very progressively, but as time is changing, the digital humanity is also changing, and the archival and corpus and all the things are were already in progress and processing throughout years, but now it is also the era in the 21st century. This is also era of AI. As AI is developing, all the things becomes essential to learn. If we are not progressive into that digital uses, we cannot be ready for this also, and it will create very much problem for those who are not in practice of digitalization. So here are some AI tools like Bard, Chat GTP, Bing Chat, or Daily, or this other AI tools like Open. Mid Journey, or this Gamma, which are creating in artwork or in literature or in teaching, very much havoc for those who are not believing in it. But it is also creating easiness, or we can say it is also already made in practice for those who are going with the time, and uh, it is creating something that is very fast. The phenomenon is that because the archival and other things are becoming old, and these AI tools are creating new things. So thank you, everyone. This is my resources, and now you can ask me questions.
Ansha, my question is that as you mentioned about traditional and digital humanities, could you please provide more insight into their differences and similarities?
As we can say that traditional humanities is relying on the data that are already printed or in the library. If we can say that the traditional humanities cannot be very much supporting in this digital era, where everything is very fast, and research is made fast by digital humanities, or those tools and skills in the digital era. So we also have to cope up with it, because it is already in progress, and it already has made its mark in digitalization. So we can say that if we are sticking to the old traditional humanities, then we are lagging behind so much things. This That's how it is creating difference between both of them.
Ansha, my question is that what impact has the digital era had on the teaching and pedagogy of English studies, and how can an educator leverage digital tools effectively?
So digital era is not something that is recently happened, but throughout the year it was progressing, and those who were aware about it were already using it, practicing it in teaching or literature. So it is not something that suddenly came out in recent time, but it was already progressing. But those who were not using it, or were not not aware of it, those only thinks that it is something new, but it is already in it is applied in teaching and literature. So thank you.